everybody, good morning to you and welcome to DBS This Morning, the show that always wakes you up in the know and still delivers some good vibes. Now today, of course, we have a really great show in store, like we always do. So we want to make sure your entire household is awake with us. Everybody is set and ready because right now we definitely want to start things off in the know because knowledge is absolutely power. So right now we're going to wake you up in the know with our morning news highlights. Thank you so much for staying locked on. This concludes our morning news highlight, which means we have plenty more coming your way. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. So excited to welcome everybody here again this morning. We are moving along with the show, and of course I want to announce that our St. Lucian basketballers have made history. So I think if we have any avid basketball fans, you already know what took place on the weekend on Saturday just past, where we had a representative for males. Of course, they were in Miami and they took part in the FIBA 2021 men's 3-on-3 game, and of course they defeated Argentina. So we're going to give you some highlights from that, a quick interview from one of the lead representatives, and it's truly something that we need to celebrate. And as soon as I know that these guys are back on island, we're going to definitely find them in the flesh and hear about their experience firsthand. But in the meantime, here's the highlights if in case you weren't in the loop.
All right, it's time to get back to it. What's up? Welcome back to Bayfront Park here in sunny Miami, Florida. It's a South Florida takeover, 3x3, as we bring you the first edition of the America Cup, presented by Vaughn's. Kyle Montgomery, a.k.a. the voice of 3x3. I'm in your ear. I'm going to be in your ear all tournament long. As we are just rolling right through Day 2's action, and we got another top seed in the group. These teams trying to make some noise. St. Lucia met up against a Canadian team to start their day. It didn't go very well for them. It didn't go very well at all. So we're going to see if Argentina has the same type of success as Canada had against the St. Lucia team. We saw their squad: Joaquin Ortiz, Jorge Quercetti, Thomas Gomez, and Tomas Ricci. That's for Argentina. As for St. Lucia, they come out with Keegan Preville, Marcian Calderon, Charmor Baptiste, and Troy Louison.
And number 15, Marcian Calderon.
They come out in the blue. Just being honest, they got beat black and blue in that first contest to start the day against the Canadians. St. Lucia's going to need a better showing if they hope to continue to play here Day 3 in Miami. Top 2 from each group advance. An 0-2 record spells the end. So St. Lucia will be playing with their backs against the wall. Expect to see their best effort against the Argentinians. Argentina. St. Lucia trying to defend this quick Argentinian team. A foul call with Thomas Gomez on the drive. This is a 23 and under Argentina team. The eldest member of the squad is Quercetti. And the free throws are missed. Quercetti couldn't track down the rebound. St. Lucia fight to come away with the rock from the deep end. It is off the glass as he hit that one from the Twin Peaks. 7-7 game. As we look back at how it has transpired to this point, it's been back and forth. It's been swinging like a pendulum. We see some tough buckets on the interior. Ortiz giving St. Lucia some problems. St. Lucia jumped out to an early lead, but there again, it's Ortiz. He came to play. So this 0 Oh, Loy Saw, oh my goodness. That was deeper than the Beatles catalog. Tie game, 17 up, and a turnover for Argentina. St. Lucia is feeling it. You can see the pride in this small Caribbean island.
12.5 left.
Trying to survive. They need a win in the worst way. Louis Son with the cookie in hand. He's got 10 on the shot clock. Louis Son clearing out away to the rack. He lays it in just before the horn, and we got a foul. Whoa, wait a minute. We've got a foul right before the final second ticked off the clock to the win. 0.1 left on the game clock. Wow.
Foul has been committed. Argentina trying to knock this one down and tie it up with a miss.
All right.
St. Lucia advances.
Thomas. Oh, he misses the first. They put some juju on him. A second miss will preserve a win for St. Lucia. Koyoka at the line. All the pressure on his shoulders. And he misses them both.
Ladies and gentlemen, there
The bucket stands for Loy Son,
on the clock.
who gets the driving score that puts St. Lucia in front. And it looks like the St. Lucians are going to hold on. 0.1 on the clock. They get possession as well. Desperation heave, and that is it. That is all. What a gutsy win for the St. Lucians over Argentina, who blow it at the free throw line. It is St. Lucia holding on. And a hell of a game, a hell of a performance from Loy Son, who carried the weight for his team like a cargo ship. He put him on his back and lifted him to victory. What a game. Troy Loy Son leading the way for St. Lucia. Here is the bucket that put them in front for good, and the subsequent foul after. Doesn't matter now. It's water under the bridge. A big win for St. Lucia to stay alive, and we get it to Julian DeBuff, who's with St. Lucia's big man, Marcian Calderon, standing by after a huge win for St. Lucia. Ju, take it over.
Marcian, congratulations. This is crazy. First of all, talk about the last second, the foul and the free throws, how nervous you were on the bench.
Oh, yes. For a second, we were a little bit nervous because, we tried to give it our all. And at the end of the game, we managed to get a foul, and we were hoping that he missed that shot. So eventually we came out with a win.
This is historic, St. Lucia beating Argentina. This, I'm not sure if it ever happened in basketball.
History in the making.
But this is historic today.
Yes, it is. All right, from a small island of St. Lucia, we know we're going to come up here to Miami and represent. All right, and that's what we did.
Congratulations again.
Yeah,
good luck for the second game.
Yes.
St. Lucia stand up. Their team is representing, and day 3 is looking pretty good for them. We're going to see what happens between Argentina. It is very likely going to be Canada and St. Lucia playing day 3. Let's look back at the highlights in a highlight-filled contest. Richie was putting on for his city. Quercetti was getting it done as well for Argentina. But St. Lucia, they started off 5. It was 5-0. They were the better team right out of the gates. Argentina showed a lot of guts in fighting back and taking that lead. But listen, they could do nothing with Loy Son. Loy Son was in his bag like a camper. Left wing, right wing, on the drive, defending. I mean, he's clearly the centerpiece of this St. Lucian team. Look at him. I mean, he got more range than a Texan. That was deep, well behind the 2-point arc, and he ain't seen a shot that he don't like. inside, outside. That dude is potent, a straight-up assassin on this St. Lucian team, and that's one to be proud of.
Hey family, good morning once again, and get ready as we continue here on DBS this morning. In this segment, it is a continuation of something we started yesterday, and it's all in an effort about more awareness in terms of healthier lifestyles and being conscious of what we're eating, what's on our plate, and what's going into our bodies. And of course, it's a continuation of yesterday's topic of the slavery diet and how it affects our modern day Caribbean health. So here's part 2, and of course if you missed part 1, then you know what, you should have really been locked on. But anyways, still gonna get some great information coming out here, so please enjoy.
We learned that it was a diet high in fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, and for those who live near the coasts or rivers, rich in fish and other seafoods. We learned that the pre-colonial West African diet was low in salt and sugar, and that alcohol from, for example, fermented honey, was only consumed on special occasions, and the same for meat. But all of that changed on the plantations of the Americas. Part 1 showed how the diet became heavy in starchy carbohydrates and salted fish. Today, we'll take a look at 2 of the other most significant changes which continue to impact our health today. Sugarcane offered 2 main products, sugar and rum, and our ancestors learned to develop a taste for both. In fact, this taste was encouraged by planters. Many gave their enslaved both rum and sugar or molasses as part of their daily rations. Sugar, like the starchy carbs such as yams and sweet potatoes, could help power a day outside in the fields, cutting cane, hoeing, or whatever was being done. Do you remember some of our parents and grandparents talking about being given a cup of sugar water as children and sent off to school? That practice arose in slavery. Some planters would dilute the sugar in water and dole out the mixture every day at breakfast. Or they would give the enslaved a ration of sugar every week and encourage them to drink the sugar water before leaving their huts. Our ancestors began adding sugar to everything, from tea to soup. Sugar even provided a source of income for the many women who became sweet sellers. Sugar cakes, nut cakes, tulum, etc. were and are made of high amounts of sugar or molasses. And every Caribbean child is familiar with the special or the Freco, mostly just sugar and ice. Now we like sugary drinks and sodas. Sugar became a dominant part of our diet, but we now know that it causes diabetes and contributes to obesity and other conditions which affect many of us in the Caribbean today. The everyday consumption of alcohol by our ancestors is also rooted in the plantation. Our ancestors were made to produce the rum and were made to drink it. Many planters gave the enslaved rum rations every day or weekly, as we can see from this slide. This rum was supposed to make them happy, more pliable, less likely to rebel. Frederick Douglass, the great abolitionist who himself had been a slave, saw right through it. What is tragically ironic is that the rum made by the enslaved in the Americas was then taken to West Africa and traded there for more captives. One estimate suggests that rum was used in payment for about 10% of the enslaved taken from the continent. Vintage labels like these point to the association between slavery and rum production, an association none of the Caribbean's rum brands admit or acknowledge today. Like sugar, alcohol is an addictive substance, and the Caribbean's alcohol consumption rates are now among the highest in the world. resulting in several health and social consequences, including traffic accidents, homicides, domestic violence, liver and heart disease, and various forms of cancer, such as breast and colon cancer. Much of the health status of Caribbean people today was birthed during the plantation era and was then complicated by what we think of as development. For example, the high-starch, high-sugar diets are now complicated by the fact that many of us are now fairly sedentary. We sit at our desk or at our jobs all day, and then sit in front of our televisions for a couple hours before going to sleep at night. Where before we walked everywhere, the advent of cars and buses has meant that we rarely walk anywhere. We still have the same starchy, sugary diets of our foreparents, but we don't burn off those calories anymore. We can turn all of this around, however. Governments can mandate labels on foods to help consumers make healthier choices and can ramp up their public health education programs on nutrition. Physical exercise could be increased in schools to maybe 3 hours a week, and more community organizations could be encouraged to form around health and wellness. Warning labels can also be placed on alcohol products, and governments can restrict the advertising and promotion of alcohol. They can also restrict the hours of sale and try to find alternative ways for people to make money other than by opening yet another rum shop. This policy document provides a sobering look at alcohol trends in Latin America and the Caribbean and suggests ways governments can address the myriad issues raised.
Good morning and welcome to this morning's Soca Size session. Leading the wine, we have Laurie, Susie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with Soca Size. This morning's Bacchanal warm-up routine is Danse by Kassav and Marshall Montano. Let's get moving. So we're gonna begin, you're just feeling out that music. Let's go, Chip. 4, 3, 2, at the arms, hip. Call them, come. Side to side. Call them, come. First leg, forward and back, and. Last one, we're gonna go round this side and round. 4, 3, 2, the hips. Call them. Side to side. Call them. Next leg, forward and back. And 2. Last one, we're going round next side and round. 4, 2, hip and 4, 3. We're going down and up and hey. Let's go. First leg, forward and back. Hey. We're gonna switch, next leg. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, side to side, and call them. Hey. Side to side. Call. Forward and. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with Soca Size St. Lucia. Have a wonderful day.
Hey family, good morning. This is where I have to say goodbye. I know I said that good morning like we're just starting the show, but you know what? It's always good to make sure that we leave you off with the right tone, the right setting, good energies as well. So I just want everybody to go out there, take a deep breath. Sometimes we need to zen out a little bit. I feel like that's how I felt this morning as well too. So no matter what mood you're in, hopefully we turn things around a little bit. And just remember, no matter what, let's step out there with a smile on, do what we got to do. I know it's some crazy times, but let's not add to that heaviness, and let's make life a little bit easier for all of us. All right, so make sure you keep safe, and of course come back tomorrow because we have plenty more in store for you right here on DBS This Morning. Bye.